in a bit of a mini podcast. Okay. I just woke up a little while ago. So apologies that if I sound sleepy or tired. I want to have this open, just not in the way. What if we just do this? And I have this like right here. That works. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is, if you are unaware, Destiny 2 recently added something known as lore books that you get from doing triumphs, and they have story and lore behind them. Now, right now, this website is known as Ishtar Collective. They are a website, and they have all of the entries of every item, all the lore and stuff from, I think, both the first and second Destiny games. Most people use this website if they're looking for research into the Destiny story and lore, and I am in there as well. I'm in that group as well. So, hey, what's up, Top Doink? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, no, it was not last night. It was the night before. But appreciate you stopping by. Welcome to the stream. Yes, it was. That was Sunday night. It's Tuesday morning right now, where I'm at. Sunday night, I was on VR chat. It was the first time I played in like a month. Oh, Ping, what the hell is that name? Ping, what the Jesus. Okay. So undercover. Ooh. Alright, so these are the I think there's 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yep. This is still gonna be one of my favorite lore entries of all time. Mark of the Great Hunt. Here, this is just yeah, I'm doing alright. I just want to share this with you all, why this is one of the greatest. This is legitimately one of the greatest lore entries. The Mark of the Great Hunt is the Titan class item. Sorry, one second. How are you doing, Ping? I didn't ask you. That was my bad. Let me know how you're doing. But yeah, back to Mark of the Great Hunt. So this is the Titan class item that you get from the new raid, and I'll just read it to you. Oh, sorry. I wish to be feared. Mara stared at the wall of wishes. She had no more bargains to make. Her plans were in motion. There was nothing left but the wait. She pulled a sidearm from a hidden holster and cracked a dozen rounds into the wall. The cosmic balance shifted. Somewhere in the dreaming city, Riven heard the Queen's wish, and 1,000 shrieking tears in reality cut through the space in front of her. Lord Shex suddenly blocked Mara's view of the wall. Yes, and we'll all be dead, he screamed at no one with a mug of caffeine in his fist. Speaking of a mug of caffeine, I have one right here. I didn't choke on that. Nope. Okay, I did. Excuse me. Cheers. Yeah, cheers, man. Glad to hear that you're doing good. Sorry. He started, almost spilling his coffee. Where are we? Mara slapped the mug out of his hand. It shattered on the floor. She shoved a weathered book in his face. I told you there would come a time when I would collect for the Reef Wars. Read this, out loud. Sorry. No one tells me what to do, he said, grabbing the book and then incinerating it in a bolt of striker lightning. I can recite the Tempest by heart. And he did. Mara sat and listened. They stayed for a long time. And the helmet stayed on. What's up, Vickett? Oh, man. If you can't tell, Shax and Mara banged. And that is legitimately one of the greatest lore entries of all time, in my opinion. Oh, man. Okay, let's get to it now. So turn on some music. Actually, might as well just have this drop all the way down. Okay, which book should we transcribe first? Image on the lower right. What image? Image in the lower right. It's on my desktop? Where? Oh, yeah. That is me. That was I used that for the thumbnail for the 2.5-year special / 18th birthday special where I reacted to my old videos. Okay. Yeah, in case you weren't aware, I am streaming. Welcome to the stream, Vickett. I don't know if I said that. Okay, so I've read The Awoken of the Reef. I don't know which word. Okay, you guys pick a book. Which one sounds the most interesting? CP called with an invitation. Sorry. I also am eating breakfast as we go along. Oh, fuck. Let's read Dreaming City. It's got 10 entries. Excuse me. So how this is gonna go down? 1 second. I never clarified. So the way this is gonna go down, we're gonna read through these entries. I am going to then do this. Then I'm gonna put a short summary underneath what is important. This is the title of the entry. And then below that, I'm gonna have a link to it. Okay. Eris Morn returned to the Vestian outpost. Because she spoke well, it was agreed that aid would be traded for intelligence and a long-term alliance. In this way, the Awoken were the first to know of the great navigator, his philosophies, his strategies, his weaknesses. That is Oryx, by the way. if you don't know who that is. And as the coven contemplated the possibilities laid wide before this god king's far-flung sword, it was decreed that they would build a throne world beneath an energy well as blind as the ferryman Charon. Is it Charon or Charon? This is kind of louder than I would like it to be. Oh. There we go. Alright, so there's a lot here, so. Okay, so the way... Eris traded with Awoken for information. Oryx. Decision to build a throne world. If you don't understand what this is saying, a throne world is a way that a god comes back to death. It's a place, it's kind of like a checkpoint. Think of it like your custom bonfire from Dark Souls. You can only have one, and anytime your physical body's killed, you're returned to it. So, yeah. And essentially this is saying that the blind well, that activity in the new, in the Dreaming City, underneath it, A is the raid, B is Marasav's throne world. Okay, so that's just like, look how much was already there just from the first paragraph. Nasia drew the schematics. Portia worked out the calculations. Or is it Portia? Whatever. They made their first test of the small rift generator on the eastern shore. That's the public event. Satisfied that their methods were sound, they then went to the Grand Cathedral to dig the well. There, Lissel and Sedia augured the first borehole with the help of Riven, who had taken the shape of a needle-nosed basilisk, while Callie and Shirachi constructed the gate itself, deep below, in a hall they named the Confluence. So I'm just gonna put this as Techians built the well with the help of Riven. Ilan made tincture after tincture of queensfoil until her clothes stank and her hands were stained reddish black. Open-eyed, she walked between planes and sorted the threads of reality on a vast metaphysical loom, weaving some closer, some more distant. So if you don't know what that is saying, the tincture of Queen's Foil is a new item that they added in Forsaken, and it gives you the buff known as Ascendance. What that means is there was a... I think it's interesting that it's a buff, because they do that intentionally. They don't just, you know, for certain mechanics, they'll actually make them a buff or a debuff based on the lore behind it. So we've been Ascendant before as the Guardians. And what Ascendant is it's a higher rank of Hive. Like the enemy hive, that's the higher ranking. There's the ascendant plane, and the higher ranking hive can traverse the ascendant plane like Oryx. And that's actually how we got onto his ship. Because we killed Crota, his son, who was an ascendant hive, we snuck into his raid again, like his throne world, into his, and took energy from his dead body, and used it to mask ourselves as Ascendant Hive. We took that back to Oryx's ship to hijack and get on it, and that's how we got to Oryx. So, but back then it was a debuff. It was a negative thing. So I think it's interesting that the Awoken have the ability to make an item that gives you Ascendance, which lets you walk the Ascendant plane, which is also where the Taken are from, by the way. So they can make an item that not only gives you Ascendance, but it's an actual buff. It doesn't actually, like, do anything, you know, other than, like, it lets you see certain things, but, you know. So Ilyn, let's write this down. Ilyn makes tinctures. How do you spell tincture? Tincture. Of tinctures. Oh my god. Of Queen's Foil. And walked the Ascendant plane. Well, it doesn't really say that. She walked between planes. And I'm just going to put this here because I'm not really sure what this means quite yet. Sorted the threads of reality on a vast metaphysical loom. Just checking the music. Mara and Riven shaped her third throne together, and the artistry of their work was a testament to the hungry joy they felt in that partnership. They named it Eleusinia, and it was in those Ascendant halls that Mara finally carved a statue for I've never been able to pronounce that name. That is a callback to someone who was in the Awoken book, the Awoken of the Reef lore book. Came time to connect the well to the unreality. Okay, so Mara and Riven construct. Oh. One moment. Hang on, let me I don't want desktop notifications. I just don't want that popping up onto the stream. One second. Um, 1 second. Constructed her third throne together. And Mara made a statue for sure. Sure. Alrighty. Came time to connect the well to the unreality that lay beyond the gateway. Sodia asked, would it not be wiser to leave this door without a key? Riven, now an immense antlered serpent with broad tiger paws, tightened around the perimeter of the room like a noose. Egg. Mara corrected absently, chewing on her thumbnail. So that's interesting. The key is so heavy as to be unliftable. Continuous multi-week charge of paracausal energies, and that almost nothing in the solar system could produce such energies at the scale required by the gateway. It's just, do we trust the Guardians? Mara ran her hand through the sleek surface of the primary well's control mechanism, then turned and walked alone towards the fresh, foggy air that blew in from the coast. Technians watched her go. There is only the plan. Remember your vows, Sedia. So, there's a lot to break down here. So, I'll break down what I'll break it down before I type. So, this is referring to the blind well right here. A continuous multi-week charge of paracausal energies. That's the blinding well. It's saying that to open it, it would require us to keep doing the blinding well week after week. which is probably why one of the bounties that Petra has requires us to do the blinding well, or the blind well. And that they've been planning for us to come to the Dreaming City and fix this. Do we trust the Guardians? And also, it's interesting how she refers to the key to her throne world as an egg. Because if you don't remember, there's a crap ton of eggs laying around the Dreaming City. Sedia questions the plan. Dreaming City. Look, I'll show you. If I can find one. They aren't that secret, by the way. There's one literally right to the left of where you spawn in the map. How am I not forsaken? Destiny 2. Dreaming City. Corrupted egg. There's one. Let me zoom in. Damn it. I wanna... Shit. Okay, maybe I can't find it. This is kind of bullshit, not gonna lie. Get out of here. Mara refers to... Let me spell refers. The key to her throne world as an egg. Actually, I'm just gonna make these different. This isn't actually all that important. Key is so heavy as to be as to be unliftable. Metaphorically speaking metaphorically. I'm just gonna copy paste that because I don't feel like typing that. Wrong punctuation. There we go. The gate required a continuous continuous multi-week charge of paracausal energies it's the blind well charging gate. So I'm gonna write down like the important stuff. I think I'll just keep doing quotes. Do we trust the Guardians? So then what I'm gonna do, let me think. One second. What the hell? What? Oh, god damn it. So from this we can infer that Eris gave the Awoken not only information on Oryx, but information on how to construct throne worlds. So it can also construct, we can also infer that from this, there's different thrones in Mara's throne world. So the eggs are the key. So there's the eggs and the that are the key to her throne world. It can't be lifted. So heavy, metaphorically. And the gate requires a continuous multi-week charge of paracausal energies, which is the blind well. And we can also infer that they planned for us to come to the Dreaming City at this exact moment. So. Now we link to the, I mean, that took us, look how long that took us just for one entry. Alright, next one. Oracle. Probably only gonna get to like, maybe half of these today. I don't know, but I gotta eat. Whew. So how's everyone's day going? Oh my god. This whole Bowsette thing on Twitter's kind of getting a little bit out of hand. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for it, but it's like, it just, oh my god, it just doesn't stop. You know what I mean? They gender bent Yoshi. And the chomp thing. Oh, don't get me wrong. The Queen Boo is, that's alright. It's quite classy. Okay. Oh. There came a morning when the Technians spoke in unison, though none were near each other, and they said, "Who are you who builds a hidden city here in our thoughts?" And Mara, sorry, I paused because I was absorbing that information because that means a lot. There's a lot of ways to interpret that. And Mara, alone in the Queen's Walk of the Dreaming City, heard their voices ring out as if each witch stood beside her, and she said to the empty air, "I am Mara Sov. Who are you?" The answer came at once. "Wrong. It is the Pyrosic. We are the nothing space fabric." I don't know that word. Pyrosic. Pyrosic. Stoic belief. Oh. No, that's not quite right. Pyrosic. Pyrosis. So I'm guessing. Oh god. I struggle with these higher concepts. We're the nothing space. What's happening here? Hearing this, Mara recognized the riddle. She turned at once and left the Queen's Walk so that Riven would not be inspired. As she walked, she thought at length. She said, "Wrong, you're the ancients. You're the idea that gives fate its shape." That one voice came down again, as clear and as strong as the birth of the universe, booming with dispassionate curiosity. It thinks itself wise. How did something like that attain such revelation? Mara lengthened her stride, taking the steps 3 at a time so that she could duck into a little-used transport gate. She emerged in a small coastal observatory, then nothing more of a grand dormitory. and found Kelda Wadge, the all-teacher, hovering 4 feet off the ground. Blood poured from her ears and nostrils. Her eyes saw nothing. The other Technians were transfixed, thusly in a geometric array around the dreaming city. This is pretty grotesque. Mastering her horror, Mara said, I have lived alongside you, and because she was afraid for Kelda, asked, do you intend violence? At once, the Technians collapsed to the ground like marionettes from severed strings, all but Kelda Wadge, whose augmented blaze with coruscating light. What's that word? And I guess very bright. Flashing, yeah. She rose higher into the air and began to unravel particle by particle. As she came undone, she said, now it insults us. Mara steeled herself against the horrific sight of her old friend's ruin. She had been a fool to think the riddling was over. She said, of course. Violence, after all, is a matter of perspective. What I mean is, what would you ask of me? Beloved, wise Kelda Wadge burst apart and then collapsed all at once into a singularity that burned and burned and burned, but destroyed nothing around it. From her unthroat came the voice again, which Mara felt in the atomic marrow of her bones. It said, what would it ask of us? For 15 days and 15 nights, the singularity burned unshielded. On the 16th day, they began the construction of the Oracle engine, which took the singularity of the All-Teacher as its seed heart. So, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. It's kind of hard to, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know what to write down here. You know what, one moment, actually. I'm gonna go think about this and then we're back. Okay. We back. We furious. That was a really bad joke, I'm sorry. So I was thinking about this, and see, so this has to deal with, so the dreaming city is in a pocket dimension. Oh, haha, L comebacks. I get it. Oh, you didn't intend to do that? See, I thought you were making a joke based off of ekpyrosic. I'm still struggling with this word, man. Oh shit, okay, hang on, I see. So it's not saying that the voice is not the ekpyrosic, it's saying Marasav is. Oh, okay, because it refers to her as it. Oh shit, okay, that. A hidden city here in our thoughts. I see this. I don't know how to break this one down. I'm only getting really pieces of it. This is hard to understand. So it's saying Marasav. Alright, I'm gonna look up this term again. It's calling Marasav this. It's saying Marasav is the destruction of the cosmos. Oh man, I don't want to break this down. This is hard. Oh man. Fuck. A power takes over the Techians and asks Mara why she builds a hidden city in their thoughts. Excuse me. The voice also refers to Mara as the what was it? Ekpyrosic. Or the destruction of the cosmos. The voice calls itself the Nothing Space Fabric, what was it? Yeah. The voice, I said a power, a voice. Turns. Was it Kelda Wadge? I think that's right. Kelda Wadge, yep. Into a singularity that becomes the seed heart, I'll just refer to it, of the Oracle engine. Singularity that burns but destroys nothing around it, and becomes the seed art of the Oracle engine. There was something else I was gonna. That seems very Taken-y, you know what I mean? Like, just like that bursting and then collapsing. Ah, that was the thing. Mara sees through the voices. Riddle. And identifies it as the ancients. Didn't mean to click on that. That was habit. Oh, man. Okay. Cool. Second one done. That one went slightly faster than the first. Next entry, Misrax. Now this is interesting. I'm already interested just from the name. I know nobody here is probably on the same page in the lore as me. On the same page, not in the same page. You know what I meant to say. Hang on, I gotta eat. I have not been eating. It's the only problem I have with streaming is I forget to eat. Oh god. The last one was a kind of a bitch. To transcribe. Oh god, my eyes itching. Okay. Oh god. So what's happening? Uh, I gotta take a break for a second. My eyes itching. I need to eat. Oh, are you asking what happened in the books? Did I finish the food that I already started eating? Or do I open something else? Oh my god, my eye. It takes like 20-30 minutes just to transcribe one of these things. Hey, what's up, Merciless? Oh my god, my eye. I'm gonna go put some water on it really quick. Hang on. Just allergies. Okay. Did I title it? Yeah, Mr. X. The Vandal stoops as he exits the galliot. All of his arms are bound behind his back, so he cannot shield his eyes from the bright sun. A breeze stirs his cloak. There is a cliff behind him and lush gardens ahead. His jailer would not grant him the honor of a quick death, so she must intend to torture him. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got a jacket on myself. It's quite chilly. She thinks he will yield like the flesh lovers from House Judgment. She is wrong. Whatever indignities she can muster are nothing compared to what he deserves. With his chin held high, he imagines shucking off his armor and laying all four of his arms in his captain's hands. His captain is his mother, and she will not dock him with a scythe. She will twist and tear his arms from his body like she is shucking a fine, fat crab for dinner. He will be glad of the slow, sick crack and crunch of his bones. He will be glad of the shame. Let him go limbless for the rest of his wasted life. Let the ether thirst shrivel him up like a Yarvisi fig. What do you think? His jailer asks in a language he cannot understand. She steps up beside him and claps a hand on his shoulder. He flinches. She is nearly as tall as he is, and for a creature with no claws, her grip is strong and sure. Together, they contemplate the gardens. It's all a bit much for my taste, she admits, as he sneaks a furtive look at her. Her bow is unstrung. There's only one arrow in her quiver. She is stupid. He whirls, trips her, and sprints for the cliff. She swears, recovers, and lunges after him. As he pitches himself off the edge, he thinks of his mother's shame and prays that she forgets him. Better that she never had a son than a weakling so easily captured by the enemy. It is his bad luck that she catches his foot with one hand. His helmet slams into the rocky cliffside. A piece of his rebreather cracks off and disappears into the mist far below. He flails, but he cannot drag her down with him. Somehow, she hauls him like a fish. As soon as she has him on solid ground, she binds his ankles with the string of her bow. "All right," she says, catching her breath. "All right," she chuckles, pats his shoulder fondly, and then pulls him upright like a sack of Pisacus. I'm just contemplating that word. Piss or Sakakis. Like a sack of Sakakis. Fuck me. She takes oh Jesus. She takes a step back, brushing off her hands against the seat of her trousers. He glowers. The surliest Sakakis sack this side of the great machine. Hating her horrible squared off teeth and her blunt stubby fingers. Let's try this again, shall we? Drawing 2 fractal knives from the sheaths on her thighs, she makes a perfect irrelis bow before him. Thunderstruck, he sits up straight, stares. Not good, she asks again, and tries again. Furious confusion takes him. This is some kind of trick. Blasphemous mockery. Lursavics, he rumbles. She shakes her head. Nama, sheathing one of her knives. She holds out her free hand with her fingers spread in supplication. He draws his chin towards his throat with this fresh betrayal, narrowing his secondary eyes. It speaks. Slowly, without breaking eye contact, she lays her other knife on the ground between them. The blade points toward her boots. He watches her every movement. How many secrets have the flesh lovers betrayed that this creature can make peace like a cringing Drek before his Kell? She taps 2 fingers against her cuirass. Sure, she says slowly, then she points at him. Honor-bound, even as he simmers in scandal, he replies. Misrax. Valask. Excuse me. Misrax. Valask. Seuricus. Seurix. Mithrax, she repeats and then grins. Valask. Mithrax. And welcome. Let's have a look about, shall we? Now, if you don't know who Mithrax is, there was I believe, a secret mission or an adventure in Destiny 2 Vanilla. Where it was kind of like the Fallen and the Hive are fighting each other. And you get to the end, and it's these 2 bosses. There was a Hive Knight and a Fallen Captain. The Fallen Captain's name was Mithrax. You had the choice to either kill him or spare him. I personally spared him. But there are also reports that he has died before and come back from the dead. I don't think he's Scorn. I think he's just very tricky. He's super tricky. So that's interesting that Sejur, was the one who got Mithrax on our side. Let me think. Sejur captured Mithrax and brought him to the Dreamy City. I presume that's the Dreaming City. Otherwise, why would it be in the Dreaming City lore book? I think that's a fair conjecture. One moment, my nose is running. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with the... Okay. I think my audio just crashed. Thank you for pointing that out. Shit. No, I can see that you can hear me now, but I don't know what's, Can you hear the music? No. Fuck. It's not the right thing. Okay, there it is. It's louder than I want it to be. I think the problem is it was just too quiet. God, I hate advertisements. Alright. Moving on. Everything should be fixed. Doesn't look like it's actually going through at all. Okay, now it's super loud. Oh, audio. You're a bitch. There we go. Alright, cool. Oh, man. By doing... I mean, that's pretty much all that happens. I guess I'll include this. Cool. I think I got it, just about everything with that. If there's anything I missed, please let me know. Or if you think it should be added. Zero. I think I've read this book. Well, this, excuse me, sounds familiar. Oh man. Tired. I woke up extra early today so I could do a stream. I only got like 6.5 hours of sleep. I'm gonna have to take a nap. Alrighty, thanks for stopping by, Merciless. See you later, man. Alrighty. Do I want Overwatch? Not really. I mean, that's... to be completely honest, no, I don't. I don't play it. I have not touched that game, even on PS4, in over a year. It's just not fun. I'd rather have Destiny for PC. Cough, cough. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. I don't. I'm not saying it isn't fun. I just don't enjoy it. Jesus Christ. Yep, different strokes for different folks. Monica, Monica, Monica. Such a catchy song, I'm sorry. No, man, I wouldn't want you to. I was joking, man. I wouldn't want you to buy something from me. Alright. Oh god, my eyes are unfocusing. And when the second solstice began in earnest, many awoken and Ahamkara alike came to the dreaming city to celebrate the delirious pleasure of being alive. That's an interesting wording. Those who came arrived in the garden of Asila, and Aziram was the very last. Seeing him land, Asila said to him, "Ah, you are bold. Do you truly think you've earned the right to revel in this place?" And Aziram answering said, "Please, wise lady, I've gone round the world and through the stars themselves. I have come only to congratulate your people. If you lend me your ear, I can prove I will not waste the mercy you might grant me." And Asila said to him, "We've often lent our ear to your indiscretions. I know what happens to that which is lent to you. I need no assurance." And Aziram answering said, "My indiscretions, wise lady, I do admit, I may have whispered truths you gave me to deceive those who would deceive me. But have I ever stuck out with hungry fang against your people? Have I set fire to your trust? I have seen the error of my ways. Let me prove to you, oh, how I have changed." And Asila, though she could see a flickering in Aziram's reflection, could not resist a redemption story. Asila cast forth her hand and beckoned to Aziram in mercy. And Asila said to him, "Join us and be glad, but let me hear your testimony first." And so invited, Aziram bowed his crested head and hid a secret smile, and spoke with the pardon Asila had given him. He recounted his many regrets in deceiving the kind merchants in the capital city of Interamnia. Ishtar. Oh, okay. So it's later in the books. Oh, hang on. Okay, so it comes later. Ow, just punched my microphone. That hurt. He recounted his charity to the wayfaring corsairs who could not have escaped the heliopause without his aid. He recounted his journey to retrieve the Utek stolen from Pallas by the profane scavengers of the fallen. And he named his friends and those who had shown him kindness, and from the raucous parties beyond the lush gardens of Asilla came an audience of Technians in training and flush-cheeked young corsairs. They knelt in the dewy grass, and they listened, and as they listened, and as Zirm spoke, his appetite grew and grew. Night fell on the dreamy city. And Azirem said to those who knelt enraptured, "Come, let me sing to you of extinction. Let me sing to you of the lives of lost in beautiful places, O audience mine. Sing with me, sing." He bade them rise, and led them singing down and away from the gardens of Asilla. He spread his wings and flew out into the empty air beyond the steep cliffs that border the gardens. And to those who happened to glance towards the gardens from far-off pavilions, it seemed a merry parade, a joyous chorus. And they did not hear the singing stop, and they did not hear the bodies dashed against the shore below, and they did not see Azirem grow, or laugh, or flee. Yo, this man's just murdered them. So the second solstice. I'm not sure what the solstice is of. I'll look something up. Oh god, I'm falling asleep. Because there's only one. I'm legitimately falling asleep. Oh god. This is gonna be my last one. It's not very clear what exactly he did. I can't. Okay, I gotta turn off the stream. I'm legit falling asleep. I'm sorry. Thanks for coming out to this one. Wait, that's not it. If you wanna hit me up on Twitch or Twitter, I'm on Twitter a lot. I can't even put sentences together. I'm actually falling asleep. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. I'm gonna try to have another one later. Probably around it's 9 Eastern right now. Maybe 5 or 6 more hours. I'll probably have another stream. So make sure to kind of, you know, make sure to be there. I don't know what we're gonna do. Might stream reset, or I might continue with this. I'll probably put a poll on Twitter. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. That's what I meant to say. I do a lot of. Actually, let me grab my phone. I do a lot of polls and look for input on Twitter. So if you're interested in having input and such, make sure to go follow me over there. In fact, I'm actually going to be doing a poll today. One second, I gotta find this, cause Vickett, I know you know. I'm just saying for everyone else. So, because I actually wanted to mention this, I gotta find. Yep, there it is. Okay, well, so there's this thing going on Twitter right now where you type in your Twitter follower account. You type into Google Images Halloween costume, and then you tag on at the end your Twitter follower account, and the first thing that pops up is what you have to wear for Halloween, and this is what popped up for me. So I did, yeah. This is, yeah. Yikes! I don't want to wear this. I'm gonna be honest, but I did a poll on Twitter, and I will wear that for a milestone. If we can get to yeah, I know the poll's been decided, but I wanted to bring it up. This is an example. So everybody voted for me to wear that as a milestone. So when I get to either 1,000 subs on YouTube or 50 followers on Twitch, which by the way, we're a lot closer to that on Twitch. So if you wanna just go promote my Twitch for me, make sure to do that, please. So when we get to 50 followers on Twitch, we should theoretically be available for affiliate, which is amazing that we're already that close to it for just the few months I've been streaming. So thank you all so much for stopping by the streams. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, essentially when we get to affiliate on Twitch, because I think I'm probably gonna hit that before 1,000 subs on YouTube. When we get to there, I guess you'll see that outfit, and if you want to see me wear it for Halloween, you got a month. Hop to it. Yeah, I don't want to wear that though, but it is what it is. So yikes. That's a big fucking yikes. Anyway, so yeah, that's just an example of what is over on my Twitter. I'm over there joking a lot. I meme a lot. You know, I make polls and stuff. I'm probably actually gonna make another poll. You know, what everybody's thoughts were on this little mini series, this mini podcast, almost. Because if you guys like it, I'm down to do some more. Otherwise, I'll probably just transcribe these in my free time. Stop by your house on Halloween. No, I'm good. Oh god, I really don't want to fucking wear that. Oh god, it's like making my skin crawl just thinking about it. Just, oh. God. I'm also really concerned because I don't know if I want pictures of me in that on the internet, because the internet never forgets. So yeah, I'll probably run another poll about this stream. If y'all wanna head on over there, and yeah, if you wanna see me wear that outfit, follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. That's really it. I don't want to wear it though, so I'm okay if you don't follow me on Twitch. That is also an acceptable response. Anyway, thank y'all for coming out to this stream, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.